All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our artificial intelligence course, and we're still doing our neural networks module. Let's have a look at what we went over tonight. Now, before we do get started on that, I want to show you something new that I'm working on. I did start a new course, something that I can do in between the TensorFlow and the artificial intelligence course, because the artificial intelligence course is almost done. I'm about 90% of the way there. And so, because I'm getting deeper and deeper into the TensorFlow course and the math is getting a bit more mathematical, I decided to take a math course called The Complete Mathematics for Neural Networks and Deep Learning. And I actually started that today, but it'll help if I can spell learning right. 1 second here. There we go. Yeah, so I actually started that today. And so I'm going to be working on that in between like I said, in between the TensorFlow course and the artificial intelligence course. I just dove in and started the first little introduction phase there. So yeah, tomorrow we're actually going to dive into the mathematical parts of everything and get things rolling. So I just want to give you a little quick update on what I was doing besides the two courses that I'm doing. The mathematical course is going to help me greatly increase my knowledge of what's going on inside the TensorFlow as we move forward and dive deeper into the more complex ideas and thoughts we're going to be getting into. Yeah, so that's why I decided to take that course to make sure that I'm keeping up every step of the way. But yeah, as far as that goes, that's that. And here's our neural networks module. Now I'm surprised no one mentioned. I know you're not going to mention anything anyway, but yeah, I'm not gonna say I had almost, I had well over 1,000 lines of code in this original neural networks module here, so I decided to start a new one. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna pick up tonight. So this is the type of network is called a deep neural network, and that's a hidden layer network. So the deep neural network is a neural network with multiple hidden layers. And all deep learning is about is it's using multiple layers to be able to predict and be able to model higher level features inside of the input to be able to figure out what the output should be. This allows us to be able to model more and more sophisticated types of functions that each of the hidden layers, if more than one, can calculate something a little bit different. And we can combine that information to figure out what the output should be. Let me change this threw me off. Of course, as with any situation in machine learning, as we begin to make our models more and more complex to model more and more complex functions, the risk we run is something like overfitting. And we talked about overfitting last time in the context of overfitting based on when we were training our models to be able to learn some sort of decision boundary, where overfitting happens when we fit too closely to the training data, and as a result, we don't generalize well to other situations as well. And one of the risks we run with a far more complex neural network that has many different nodes is that we might overfit based on the input data. We might grow over relying on certain nodes to calculate things just purely based on the input data that doesn't allow us to generalize very well to the output. And there are a number of strategies for dealing with overfitting, but one of the most popular in the context of neural networks is a technique called dropout. Now, this is the dropout here, and the definition is temporarily removing units selected at random from a neural network to prevent over reliance on certain units. Now I'm going to leave it there for the night. We did dive a little bit deeper and take a little bit more notes and actually did some graphing and explaining, but I'm not going to dive too much deeper into that. But we will pick it up for you tomorrow. Also, I'm not going to document the math modules or the math course that I'm taking. That's pretty much just personal to make sure I have an understanding on everything I'm doing thus far, and I have a better understanding on everything we do moving forward inside the TensorFlow course. So I'm going to keep that one pretty much to myself, but I will continue to document the TensorFlow and the artificial intelligence course. And once the artificial intelligence course is done, I will actually document what comes next. But of course, I will keep you guys posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.